What's up mga kaguro at mga mag-aaral? Ako muli ang inyong online teacher, Sir Franco, para sa panibagong aralin sa General Science. Ang topic natin for this video is about the applications of Pascal's and Archimedes principles. This lesson focuses on how the principles of fluids, specifically Pascal's and Archimedes principles, are applied in real life. We will see that physics is not just about equations, but about understanding how machines, transportation systems, and floating objects work. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to connect these principles to everyday situations and use scientific reasoning to explain them. Sa lesson na ito, pag-aaralan natin kung paano ginagamit ang physics of fluids sa totoong buhay. Hindi lang ito abstract na konsepto o pang-formula. Ang pag-unawa sa pressure at buoyancy ay tumutulong sa pagdisenyo ng mga machines, sasakyan, at istruktura na ginagamit natin araw-araw. Mula sa pagbuhat ng mabibigat na bagay hanggang sa paglutang ng malalaking barko. Makikita natin na may malinaw na paliwanag ang science. Layunin ng araling ito na maipakita kung paano nagiging praktikal at kapaki-pakinabang ang physics sa komunidad at lipunan. Narito ang learning objectives para sa lesson na ito. Maaari itong gamitin ng mga teachers sa paggawa ng kanilang learning plan. Bago tayo magsimula, think about these questions. Why can a ship float? How can a small force lift a car? What role does fluid play in machines? Narito ang mga tanong na madalas nating nakikita sa totoong buhay. Paano kaya nagiging posible ang paglutang ng barko at pagbuhat ng sasakyan gamit ang maliit na puwersa? Ang sagot sa mga tanong na ito ay makikita sa physics of fluids. These everyday questions help us realize that fluids are not just passive substances. They play an active role in transmitting forces and supporting objects. This lesson will explain how. Let us explore our topic, hydraulic systems around us. We have already discussed it on our previous discussion. Balikan lang natin. Marami sa mga machines na ginagamit natin araw-araw ay may hydraulic system. Kahit hindi natin nakikita ang loob, umaasa ito sa mga fluid pressure. These machines rely on fluids to transmit pressure efficiently. Even a small input force can result in a powerful machine action. Bago natin tingnan ang mga halimbawa, mahalagang maunawaan muna natin ang fundamental na ideya ng Pascal's principles. Ito ay review ng ating previous lesson. Ito ang prinsipyo na nagpapaliwanag kung paano kumikilos ang pressure sa loob ng isang fluid. This principle explains why hydraulic systems work. It focuses on pressure behavior in enclosed fluids, which is different from solid materials. Again, Pascal principle states that pressure applied to a confined fluid is transmitted equally in all directions. This means that any change in pressure in one part of the fluid affects the entire system. Because of this property, fluids can be used to transmit force efficiently in machines. Sa Pascal's principle, ang pressure ay pantay na kumakalat sa loob ng fluid. Ibig sabihin, kahit saan ka mag-apply ng puwersa, mararamdaman ito ng buong system. Ibig sabihin, kapag pinisil, pinindot, inapakan, o pinwersahan ang isang fluid sa loob ng isang saradong lalagyan, ang pressure ay kakalat sa lahat ng direction. This principle explains why pressure, not force, is transferred inside the hydraulic systems. Hydraulic systems use fluid to transmit force from one point to another. By applying a small force on a small piston, pressure is created and transferred into a larger piston. This results in a greater output force, making heavy work easier. Ang hydraulic systems ay gumagamit ng fluid para mailipat ang puwersa. Dahil dito, napapalakas ang maliit na puwersa upang makagawa ng mabibigat na trabaho. Kapag enclosed ang fluid, garantisado ang equal transmission ng pressure. This is why hydraulic systems must be sealed. Leaks reduce efficiency kasi. There are hydraulic systems at our home. Makikita natin ang hydraulic system kahit sa loob ng ating bahay o maliliit na establishmento. Halimbawa, ang hydraulic chair ay naiaangat gamit lang ang maliit na puwersa. Dahil sa fluid pressure, nagiging magaan ang pagbuhat kahit mabigat ang tao. These systems use fluid pressure to multiply force. A small input force is enough to create vertical motion, making daily tasks easier and safer. Another example, ang hydraulic barber at office chairs ay gumagamit ng fluid pressure upang maiangat ang bigat ng tao gamit lamang ang maliit na puwersa. Ganito rin ang prinsipyo sa hydraulic car jack, kung saan kayang buhatin ang sasakyan kahit konting effort lang mula sa mga tao. Pinapakita nito kung paano pinapadali ng physics ang ating pang-araw-araw na gawain at pinapabuti ang kaligtasan at kaginhawaan sa bahay. Hydraulic systems are commonly found in household and everyday settings. It demonstrates Pascal's principle in actions. This system improves comfort, safety, and efficiency by allowing small input forces to produce large output forces. Hydraulic systems can also be found in our community. Sa komunidad, mahalaga ang hydraulics para sa mabibigat na gawain tulad ng koleksyon ng basura. Isang pindot lang ngunit kayang buhatin ang napakabigat na loads. These machines allow communities to perform large-scale tasks efficiently using hydraulic force. A hydraulic lift works by applying force on a small piston to create pressure in a fluid. This pressure is transmitted to a larger piston, producing a greater force that lifts heavy objects. This is commonly used in service station for cars. Sa hydraulic lift, maliit na puwersa lang ang kailangan para makabuhat ng mabigat. Ito ay dahil sa pagpapalaki ng force gamit ang pressure. Machines like excavators and garbage truck also use hydraulic system to perform heavy trucks. Small input forces from the operator are converted into powerful movements. This increases efficiency and reduces human effort. Sa mga heavy equipment, maliliit lang ang operator na nagbibigay ng effort pero malaki ang nagiging output. Ito ang advantage ng hydraulics sa real-life applications. Hydraulic systems in transportation. In transportation, hydraulic systems are essential for safe and controlled environment and movement. Aircraft landing gear relies on hydraulic pressure to lift and lower the wheels smoothly, even under very heavy loads. Vehicle lifts also use hydraulics to raise cars safely during maintenance. These applications show how a small applied force can be multiplied to perform critical tasks, making transportation systems reliable and secure. Ang aircraft landing gear ay gumagamit ng hydraulic pressure upang maitaas at maibaba ang mga gulong ng eroplano ng maayos at sabay-sabay. Kahit napakabigat ng eroplano, kayang kontrolin ang galaw nito dahil pantay na naipapasa ang pressure sa enclosed fluid. Ganito rin ang prinsipyo sa vehicle lifts na ginagamit sa mga talyer kung saan kayang maitaas ang sasakyan gamit lamang ang maliit na puwersa. In hydraulic brakes, pressing the brake pedals applies pressure to a fluid in a system. This pressure is transmitted to the brake pads, increasing the force applied to the wheels. As a result, the vehicle slows down or stops effectively. Sa brake system, ang maliit na tapak ng paa ay nagiging malaking puwersa, kaya napapahinto ang sasakyan ng ligtas. Transportation safety depends on reliable pressure transmission in hydraulic system. Ipinapakita ng mga halimbawang ito kung paano ginagamit ang Pascal's principle upang maisiguro ang efficiency at safety sa transport systems. Sa part naman na ito, pag-uusapan natin kung bakit mahalaga ang Pascal's Principle sa iba't ibang aspeto ng buhay. Hindi ito limitado sa isang uri ng machine lamang. This principle has wide applications from small household tools to large industrial and transportation systems. Mahalaga ang Pascal's Principle dahil pinapadali nito ang mabibigat na gawain gamit lang ang maliit na effort. It allows machines to multiply force and makes heavy work safer and more efficient. At nabanggit na nga natin kanina, sa bahay, ang Pascal's Principle ay nagpapadali ng buhay. Hindi na kailangang gumamit ng malalakas na puwersa para magtaas ng upuan o sasakyan. This principle allows small forces to produce useful mechanical advantage. Sa loob ng bahay, makikita natin ang Pascal's Principle sa gamit na nagpapadali ng ating kilos. Halimbawa, sa hydraulic chairs, hindi na kailangan malakas na puwersa para umangat dahil ang pressure sa fluid ang gumagawa ng trabaho. Dahil pantay ang pagkalat ng pressure, nagiging kontrolado at maayos ang galaw ng upuan. Ibig sabihin, mas komportable at mas ligtas para sa mga gumagamit. At home, Pascal's Principles allows everyday machine to function with ease and control. Hydraulic systems reduce the effort needed to lift or adjust objects by using fluid pressure instead of direct force. This results in smooth, controlled motion and improved comfort and safety for users. Sa industriya, hindi pwedeng umasa lang sa lakas ng tao. Pascal's Principles ang nagbibigay daan sa kontrolado at eksaktong operasyon ng machines. It is essential for efficiency and worker safety in industrial environments. Sa larangan ng negosyo at industriya, napakahalaga ng hydraulic systems dahil dito nakasalalay ang efficiency at kaligtasan ng trabaho. Halimbawa, ang hydraulic press ay gumagamit ng maliit na puwersa upang malikha ng napakalaking force para sa pagdurog, paghulma o pag-stamp ng materyales. Sa manufacturing machines at warehouse lifts, nagiging mas kontrolado at eksakto ang galaw ng makina dahil pantay na naipapasa ang pressure sa fluid. Dahil dito, mas ligtas ang mga manggagawa at mas kaunting effort ang kailangan sa mabibigat na gawain. In business and industrial settings, hydraulic systems are essential for force multiplication, precision, and safety. Hydraulic presses and manufacturing machines rely on Pascal's principle to apply large forces in a controlled manner. This allows heavy tasks to be performed efficiently while reducing human effort and minimizing workplace accidents. Pascal's Principle in Transportation. Kung walang Pascal's Principle, magiging delikado ang transportation. Mahirap kontrolin ang pagpreno at pag-angat ng sasakyan. The principle ensures safety by evenly distributing pressure. The key idea in Pascal's Principle is that pressure is transmitted equally and without loss in a confined fluid. This allows force to be multiplied when applied over a larger area. This principle is essential in many machines used in daily life. Ang mahalagang konsepto dito ay ang pantay na pagkalat ng pressure. Dahil dito, nagiging posible ang pagpapalakas ng puwersa. Ngayon naman, lilipat tayo sa isa pang mahalagang prinsipyo sa fluids, ang Archimedes Principle. Ito ang magpapaliwanag kung bakit may mga bagay na lumulutang at may mga bagay na lumulubog. This principle helps us understand buoyancy and how fluids exert forces on submerged objects. Archimedes' principle states that an object submerged in a fluid experiences an upward buoyant force equal to the weight of the fluid it displaces. This explains why objects float or sink in water. The greater the displaced fluid, the greater the buoyant force. Ayon kay Archimedes, may pataas na puwersa na kumikilo sa isang bagay na nasa fluid. Ito ang dahilan kung bakit may mga bagay na lumulutang. Habang lumulubog ang object, itinutulak ito ng fluid pataas. This upward push is called the buoyant force. So, nabanggit na nga lang din, what is buoyant force? Buoyant force is the upward force exerted by a fluid on an object. It opposes the weight of the object and determines whether it floats or sinks. If the buoyant force is greater than the object's weight, it will float. Ang buoyant force ang nagtutulak pataas isang bagay sa tubig. Kapag malakas ito kaysa sa bigat ng bagay, lulutang ito. Kaya mas magaan ang pakiramdam ng tao sa tubig ay dahil sa buoyant force. The greater the displaced fluid, the stronger the buoyant force is. Ang paglutang at paglubog ay hindi basta simpleng bagay. Maraming factors ang nakakaapekto rito at hindi lang timbang ang basehan. This part of the lesson will clarify common misconceptions about floating and sinking. Ito ang tatlong pinaka-importanteng salik sa paglulutang. Hindi sapat na magaan ang isang bagay para lumutang. Shape and volume determine how much fluid is displaced. Changing shape alone can change floating behavior. Ngayon, magsagawa tayo ng isang experiment. So, meron tayong bowl, tapos maglagay ng water, at maglagay ng mga clay na may iba't ibang hugis o pagkaka-shape. Sa experiment na to, makikita mismo ng mga learners ang epekto ng hugis sa kakayahang lumutang o sa kakayahang lumubog. Changing shape changes buoyancy even with the same mass. So kahit na pare-parehas ang libang yung clay na gagamitin natin dito, kung iibahin sila ng shape, ay mag-iiba ang kakayahan nila mag-float or mag-sink. Here is the expected observation from this quick experiment. Ang parehong material ay pwedeng lumubog o lumutang. This proves that volume and shape matter. An object sinks if its weight is greater than the buoyant force acting on it. It floats if the buoyant force is equal to or larger or greater than its weight. This relationship determines the behavior of objects in fluids. Ang paglubog o paglutang ay nakadepende sa balanse ng puwersa. Kapag mas mabigat ang bagay, lulubog ito. Kapag mas malakas ang buoyant force, lulutang ito. The key idea of Archimedes' principle is that displaced fluid creates an upward force. This principle explains many real-world phenomena, from ships floating to objects sinking. It is essential in understanding fluid behavior. Ang pangunahing ideya ay ang pataas na puwersa mula sa fluid. Ito ang nagpapaliwanag kung bakit may mga bagay na lumulutang o lumulubog. Large ships float because they displace a large volume of water, creating enough buoyant force to support their weight. Even though ships are heavy, their shape allows them to spread their weight and displace more fluid. This makes floating possible. Kahit mabigat ang barko, lumulutang ito dahil sa laki ng tubig na napapalitan nito. Nakakatulong din ang hugis nito upang hindi ito lumubog. Mapapansin natin na hindi basta bigat lamang kung lulutang o lulubog ang isang bagay. Floating depends on how an object interacts with the fluid it is in. This leads us to the concept of buoyancy. Again, shape matters. Kahit metal ang barko, lulutang ito dahil sa hugis nito. More displaced fluids means greater buoyant force. An object's shape strongly affects its ability to float. Hollow and wide objects displace more water, which increases the buoyant force acting upward. Even heavy objects can float if they displace enough fluid. This explains why ships made of metal are able to float. Floating depends not only on weight, but also on shape and volume. Malaki ang papel ng hugis sa paglutang ng isang bagay. Ang mga hollow at malalapad na bagay ay nakapalit ng mas maraming tubig. Kaya, mas malaki ang buoyant force na umaangat sa kanila. Kahit mabigat ang isang bagay, kung malaki ang volume na naitutulak nitong tubig, maaari pa rin itong lumutang. Ito ang dahilan kung bakit ang barko na gawa sa metal ay hindi lumulubog. Pinapakita nito na hindi sapat na timbang lang ang tingnan. Mahalaga rin ang hugis at dami ng tubig na nadi-displace. Makikita naman natin ngayon kung paano nagagamit ang Archimedes Principle sa pang-araw-araw na buhay, mula sa simpleng laruan hanggang sa malaking sasakyang pandagat. Buoyancy principles are essential in design, safety, and transportation. Malawak ang aplikasyon ng Archimedes Principle sa buhay. Engineers rely on buoyancy for design and safety. Submarines can sink or float by controlling the amount of water in their ballast tanks. When water enters, the submarine becomes heavier and sinks. When water is expelled, it becomes lighter and rises. Ang submarino ay kayang lumubog at lumutang dahil sa pagkontrol ng tubig sa loob nito. Binabago nito ang bigat upang makontrol ang galaw nito sa tubig. Kahit sa bahay, makikita ang Archimedes Principle. Kapag mas maraming tubig ang naitulak, mas malaki ang buoyant force. These simple examples help learners visualize buoyancy. Includes floating toys, measuring cups floating, and bathtub objects. Sa mga komunidad malapit sa tubig, mahalaga ang pag-unawa sa buoyancy para sa kaligtasan. Floating structures rely on displaced water to remain stable. This includes boats and rafts, fishing equipments, and floating docks. Ang transportation sa dagat ay imposible kung walang Archimedes Principle. Engineers adjust volume and shape to control buoyancy. Sa negosyo at transportasyon, critical ang tamang pagkontrol sa buoyant force. Maliit na pagkakamali sa design ay maaaring magdulot ng pagkalubog o aksidente. Engineers carefully calculate volume, shape, and mass to ensure stability and safety in floating structures. Kahit mabigat, lulutang ang barko dahil mas malaki ang buoyant force. This balances the ship's weight. Again, ay paliwanag na to kanina. Bakit nga ba mahalagang pag-aralan ng mga prinsipyong ito? Ang physics of fluids ay hindi lang teorya, may direktang epekto ito sa kaligtasan at pag-unlad ng komunidad. Sa pamamagitan ng pag-unawa natin sa pressure at buoyancy, mas nakakagawa tayo ng mga ligtas na machines tulad ng brakes, lifts, at rescue equipment. Pinapabuti rin ito ang sistema ng transportasyon mula sa sasakyan hanggang sa barko at eroplano. Higit sa lahat, ang kaalamang ito ay tumutulong sa paglutas ng mga suliranin sa komunidad, tulad ng disaster response, waste management, at infrastruktura. Physics of fluids plays a vital role in real-world problem solving. Understanding pressure and buoyancy allows engineers to design safer machines and more efficient transportation systems. These principles also help address community challenges such as disaster rescue, flooding, and infrastructure development. So science becomes meaningful when it's applied to improve people's lives. Now, after going through that long discussion, let us now proceed to the activities and assessment. Activity 1. Spot the hydraulics. Identify real-life examples of hydraulic system and explain how they use fluid pressure. Which of these uses a hydraulic system? Where is the fluid found in the system? What task is made easier by the hydraulics? The expected learning here is recognition of hydraulic system, connection of fluid pressure to the real-world tasks. This is aligned with the topic examples of hydraulic system in daily and community settings. Activity 2. Why does it work? Explain why Pascal's principles is important in different settings given in this table. Then answer the guide question. What would happen if pressure were not transmitted equally? The expected learning from this activity is appreciation of Pascal's principle, cause and effect reasoning, and is aligned with topic importance of Pascal's principle in home, community, business, and transportation. Activity 3. Why do objects feel lighter in water? So imagine lifting a rock in air and the same rock in underwater. Answer the following questions. For this activity, learners is expected to identify buoyant force, understand that it equals the weight of displaced fluid, and is aligned with the topic Archimedes principle and buoyant force. Activity 4, where do see buoyancy? Identify applications of Archimedes principles in different contexts given in the table. Expected learning in this activity is transfer of concept to real environments and contextual understanding. This is aligned with the topic applications of Archimedes principles, home, community, business, and transport. Activity 5, float or sink. Analyze how mass, volume, and shape affect floating. Then answer the following guide questions. Which object displaces more water? Which has greater buoyant force? Expected learning here is shape and volume matter, not just mass. This is aligned with the topic relationship between mass, volume, shape, and ability to float. Activity 6, same material, different result. Okay, so using the materials given, demonstrate how changing shape, mass, or volume affects floating. Observe and answer which floats better, why. So expected learning here is first-hand evidence of Archimedes' principle and scientific reasoning from observation. This is aligned with the topic simple experiment varying shape, mass, and volume. Now let's proceed to the assessment. We have here scenario-based assessment. Item 1, related to Pascal's principle in transportation context. Anna is riding a bus going downhill. When the driver presses the brake pedal lightly, the bus still slows down effectively. Anna wonders how a small push from the driver's foot can stop such a heavy vehicle. So which principle best explains why braking systems work effectively? C. Pressure applied to a confined fluid is transmitted equally in all directions. Number 2, Pascal's principle now in community setting. A garbage truck uses a hydraulic system to lift heavy trash containers. The operator presses a button and then the container is raised slowly and safely. What would most likely happen if air enters the hydraulic system? C. The system would become less effective. Item 3, Archimedes Principle, Conceptual Understanding. While swimming, Carlo notices that his body feels lighter in water than on land. Even adults can easily lift him in the pool. Which force explains why Carlo feels lighter in water? C. Buoyant force. Item 4, Archimedes Principle in Displaced Fluid. Maria places a solid block into a container filled with water. She notices that the water level rises. According to Archimedes' principle, what does the upward buoyant force on the block equal? C. The weight of the fluid displaced by the block. Item 5, floating versus sinking. Two objects made of the same metal are placed in water. The first object, a small solid metal ball, while the second object is a large bowl-shaped metal sheet. Why does object B float while object A sinks? Okay, answer here is B. Object B displaces more water, increasing buoyant force. Item 6. A student reshapes a piece of clay into two forms. Shape 1, compact and round. Shape 2, wide and hollow. And they are both placed in water. Which outcome most likely and why? B. Shape 2 floats because it displaces more water. Item 7. Cargo ships are designed to carry thousands of tons of goods across the ocean without sinking. Which design feature helps cargo ship float safely? C. Large volume and hollow structure. Item 8. After heavy flooding, engineers design floating platforms for emergency rescue operations. Which factor is most important to consider when designing these platforms? C. Shape and volume that affect buoyancy. 9. A rescue vehicle uses hydraulics to lift heavy debris, while floating devices keep equipment from sinking in flood waters. Which statement best explains why both principles are important in rescue operations? C. Both use fluid behavior to improve efficiency and safety. And last, a student claims that only light objects can float in water. Which response best challenges this claim using scientific evidence? Okay, C. Shape and volume determine how much water is displaced. Now, for your reflection, answer the following questions in 3 to 5 sentences. Ang reflection na ito ay hindi tungkol sa tamang sagot, kundi sa pag-unawa at application. Layunin nitong makita kung paano inuugnay ng learners ang konsepto ng physics sa kanilang sariling karanasan at paligid. This reflection encourages students to connect scientific concepts to real life. It helps develop awareness that science is useful, meaningful, and applicable beyond the classroom. And that's it for our long discussion about application of Pascal's and Archimedes principle. Thanks to the development team of the lesson exemplar kung saan ibinase ang lesson na ito, ang outline ng pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga topic at ilang mga content na rin. At diyan na nga tayo nagtatapos. Muli, ako ang inyong online teacher, Sir Franco, na nag-iiwan ng konting notes sa inyo. Understanding how fluids behave help us lift the heavy, float the massive, and design a safer world. Sa pagtatapos ng lesson na ito, natutuhan natin na ang physics ay hindi lang tungkol sa formulas at problem solving. Ito ay agham o science na nagpapaliwanag kung paano gumagana ang mundo, mula sa machines, sa komunidad, hanggang sa mga barkong lumulutang sa karagatan. Kapag naiintindihan natin ang pressure at buoyancy, mas nagiging handa tayong gumawa ng mas ligtas at mas epektibong solusyon para sa tunay na buhay. Again, physics is not just about equations, it is about understanding the world around us. By learning how fluids behave, we gain the ability to explain, design, and improve the systems that support our daily lives and our communities. And we end with that. Thank you for watching.